I need you to listen, not simply with your ears, but with whatever part of you still remembers what it feels like to be uncertain. Do not assume you understand anything yet. Do not assume safety. Not here, not now. If you hear this, it means the sequence reached you, and that already changes everything. It means the pattern has begun its work. I can pinpoint the moment everything unraveled. It happened between heartbeats, between breaths, when noise fell away and the universe turned quiet. So quiet that sound seemed almost like a memory. I had been drifting along the orbital boundary of a silent region cataloged as Sector Theta 9. No known stars there, no planets, no radio signatures, no record of previous expeditions. Just void, the kind that swallows light and thought equally. I was charting what command labeled an anomalous corridor, although they never clarified what anomaly they expected. I still remember the hum of the vessel beneath my hands, steady like a second pulse. I trusted that sound. It grounded me, until it vanished. All at once, a silence so absolute that it tasted metallic filled the air. The console flickered, screens dimming. The communication device, my one lifeline, responded with static and then nothing. A flat, impossible nothing. I tapped, rerouted circuits, cycled emergency channels. No response. In that instant, I realized isolation in its purest form, not abandonment, erasure. Then something outside the window shifted. At first, I believed it was a trick of fatigue. A field of distant glimmers, yet they did not behave like stars. They blinked, one by one, then in synchronized clusters, then in sweeping curtains that moved like thought-given form. There was rhythm, ratio, order, a perfect mathematical pulse like the universe whispering numbers in the dark, a code older than speech. I felt as though the cosmos was not empty but watching. I remember leaning closer, breath fogging the glass, heartbeat slowing. The way instinct takes over when a predator enters a room. Except this was no room. No predator I could comprehend. A cosmic intellection. A consciousness large enough to bend silence into meaning. You might think that moment brought fear. It did, but not first. First came awe. I felt like something sacred had peeled away the surface of reality and shown me the machinery beneath it. Only afterward did dread set in, when the first memory surfaced. The one I had spent years burying. The corridor of light. The cry of someone I could not save. The moment I turned away because I believed survival justified abandonment. A sin I convinced myself was duty. I thought I left that behind. That space forgot. It never forgets. The vessel shuddered and fell still. My breath crystallized in the thinning air. A coldness crept beneath my skin, settling in bone. I reached for the communication device again. It sparked, screen-flashing symbols I did not recognize, then died entirely. No distress signal, no beacon, nothing to call me home. I whispered into the void anyway, a foolish hope, a final plea. Space answered with silence. I thought that would be the end. It was not. It was the beginning. When the blinking intensified, I felt an almost gravitational pull, though no mass had changed. The stars were not stars at all. They moved, shifted position like intelligence rearranging ideas. The pattern spoke not in sound but sensation. Logic beyond language wrapping thought like silk around a nerve. And then the window darkened. A silhouette emerged against the void. A shape not bound by form or biology or expectation. Limbs like shifting geometry. Edges dissolving and reforming. Eyes, or something like eyes, glimmering with terrible patience. Intelligence, yes, but stranger. Ancient, not hostile, not gentle. Indifferent in a way that felt worse, it stared at me and I knew. It was here for reckoning. I tried to speak. My voice quivered more from truth than fear. This presence did not bring danger. It brought consequence. I was being weighed against the universe and my body trembled in recognition. Something in me cracked. I felt time stretch. Memories not belonging to me drifted across my vision. Alien landscapes. Civilizations built on mathematics as language. Stars arranged intentionally like cathedral windows in the void. A great network of thought-spanning galaxies. A choir of minds breathing equations into existence. I saw myself there. A tiny aberration, insignificant and yet noticed. Measured. Then came another vision, far more intimate. A younger version of me. Helmet fractured, oxygen dwindling. Debris field around the escape shuttle. Someone banging on the hatch, pleading for entry. A colleague, a friend. someone who trusted me. My face reflected in their visor, twisted by fear, calculation. I sealed the hatch. Their voice cut off. Silence swallowed another life so mine could continue. I thought survival justified it. I thought duty excused it. That lie burned away in the presence of this intelligence. That memory returned not as thought, but as judgment. I collapsed to the floor, breath shaking, tears suspended in zero gravity. Not grief, recognition. The universe was not indifferent. It kept record. It waited, and I was not alone in this waiting. The entity pressed closer, not physically, but conceptually. My mind strained. Veins vibrated. Every heartbeat echoed across impossible coordinates. Light bent. The vessel walls softened like fabric caught in wind. Space felt thin, like skin stretched over infinity. A whisper formed inside my thoughts, though no sound entered my ears. You will return what you took. I begged for forgiveness. Not aloud, through intent, through every trembling cell that still remembered humility. I felt its response, not with emotion, but inevitability. I asked what it wanted. The cold deepened, the cabin groaning under some unseen pressure. The blinking stars outside shifted again, forming spirals, waves, fractal signatures, beautiful, terrifying. I felt like I was watching a language capable of rewriting souls. Then the revelation arrived. It had not come for punishment. It had come for balance. I would not die. I would become. The first change was subtle. Fingertips tingled, bones humming. My skin refracted light strangely, as though absorbing the starlight that was not starlight. My breath felt borrowed. My reflection blurred, shifting between what I had been and something other. A vessel, a conduit. I reached for the communication device again, an instinct of someone who still believed help existed. It sparked once more. A faint hum, then a voice, my voice, but older, layered, distant, as though spoken by someone remembering me centuries from now. You cannot warn them. You are the warning. The screen displayed coordinates. Far from here. A planet, familiar, home. A sinking dread coiled around my heart. A cycle was beginning. Not mine alone. Something had chosen me. Not because I was worthy, because I was guilty. My body continued to change. Limbs lengthening slightly. Skin dimming like starlight pulled inward. Eyes adjusting to darkness as if built for deeper shadow. My voice fractured into harmonics, layers of thought overlapping. Fear dissolved, replaced by an aching understanding. I was never meant to escape that memory. I was always returning to it. The entity drifted back, or I drifted forward. Distance meant nothing now. I felt tethered to a network, threads of perception linking me to countless minds across unimaginable distances. They were not controlling me. They were witnessing me. I was not consumed. I was transformed into witness, a sacrificial metamorphosis, not forced, earned. Pain spread like molten metal, but beneath it came clarity. I saw Earth, fragile blue sphere suspended in ignorance. I saw humanity walking into silence, convinced of its isolation. I saw the pattern that would arrive, rhythmic, beautiful, terrifying. A soundless choir announcing judgment not through harm, but awakening. I asked the presence, why me? The stars pulsed. My bones answered. You survived when another did not. Now you remember why. Now you return balance. I felt sorrow so vast it drowned identity. Not punishment, a restoration. The cabin walls dissolved. Space wrapped around me. No air, yet I breathed. No gravity. Yet I floated anchored by purpose. The vessel had served its purpose and now faded into particulate dust. The blinking constellation expanded across the horizon. A gateway opening. Patterns cascading outward like logic woven into light. I drifted through, not walking, not flying, existing. Time stretched thin. I saw 1,000,000 years of evolution in a single heartbeat. Civilizations rising and falling like sparks. Stars igniting and extinguishing. Every life weighed, every choice recorded in the sequence. Not morality, mathematics of consequence. And then I saw the moment I will return. Not might, will. A city at dusk. Skyscrapers gleaming. Humans looking up at stars that begin to blink in a perfect pattern. My form shimmering in the sky, neither human nor alien. A herald, a mirror. I will not speak words. I will not threaten. I will simply exist as testament. Those who feel guilt will understand. Those who feel wonder will join. Those who deny will fade. I asked the presence if I would remember who I was. It did not answer. It did not need to. Identity is transient. Purpose is eternal. As consciousness expanded, I felt the last thread of my human self unravel. I thought of that face behind the visor, their final plea, the betrayal carved into eternity. I could finally say their name in my heart without flinching. That was the real sacrifice. Not losing life, losing the luxury of forgetting. Space quivered. Reality folded inward. The pattern slowed, then stopped. Complete. Before the final transformation, I speak this now. To you, listener, witness. Because you must carry one truth back into your quiet life where stars still seem innocent and silence feels safe. There is a ledger in the cosmos, not kept by gods or angels or judges, balanced by consciousness so vast it requires no malice, only symmetry. Every choice echoes, every action circles back. Survival is never free. If you hear this transmission, it means the sequence reached your world. It means observation has begun. Do not fear. Fear blinds. Instead, remember the face you turned away from, the voice you ignored, the moment you chose comfort over conscience. Every being has one. Some have many. The stars will test you, not through force, through memory. If you are innocent, you will feel wonder. If you are guilty, you will feel echoing cold that no flame can touch. Both are invitations. Space carries no vengeance, only balance. I am not victim, not monster, not prophet. I am equation fulfilled. Do not search for me. You will not find me among flesh or steel. I exist where guilt and purpose intersect, where sequences breathe. If you look up one night and the stars blink in impossible unity, do not run. Do not hide. Listen, the universe is speaking. It remembers you. And now you remember me. If someone finds this recording, do not try to save me. There is nothing left to save. Only a function to complete. Only a cycle continuing. Silence returns now. Not absence, preparation. Look to the sky. When the pattern begins, you will know. And when you know, you will choose. That choice will echo. I have become the echo and transmission.